I have not used my tablet for, my iPad for a Zoom for a while. And when I'm trying to log into Zoom, it wants me to join the meeting, but I don't have that information unless I go out of the Zoom on my computer, right?
No, I can give you, are you saying you want the meeting numbers and
Yeah,
stuff?
yeah,
Yeah, we can give you that. That's easy.
okay. What is that?
Just remember, you don't want to join on audio. So when it comes up, you just say cancel, okay? The meeting number is 990-2025.
You want a piece of paper, Mom?
4026. And the password is the word winter with a capital W and a capital P, capital M, no spaces.
Winter, what was the other?
Winter PM.
Yeah, okay. Another cat. Okay.
Yes, the PM is caps and the W is caps. And just when you first log in and it wants you to pick call over internet, don't do that. Just take cancel and it'll just connect you without any audio. And then you can have both. It's all what you want. You can also have your computer on Zoom and just have your tablet next to you.
That's what I have. Is that?
And that's fine, Mary, that's totally fine.
Okay.
What I was trying to help you learn is that there are ways to have multiple devices and it can help. Then you can say to me, Peggy, I don't understand why the hell my iPad is doing this, and you can show me. Okay? So we all have options. That's all I'm talking about that. We're leaving that go. Okay?
Okay.
All right. The first thing I do every single class, so you know this about me, is I start off wanting a list. I have a list of things I'm going to teach you, but I would like what you have been struggling with or what's been bugging you or what you want to know about during the 4 weeks that we're together. So what do you want to learn?
Tell you, when I send a message, return a message on my iPad, it's hard to get rid of all the stuff. Like on the computer, it's really easy to delete all that stuff and send it. But when I try to send it on the iPad, it takes forever. You know what I'm talking about?
Mary, I think I do. Are you talking about when you want to reply to an email?
Yes.
And it has a lot of material you're not interested in including?
Right.
Okay. What email are you, Mary?
It's Outlook.
Okay. So there's two things there. One is you can deal with some of that in settings because you can set what is included in a reply email. Okay. But the other thing that I think you're probably struggling with is the idea of selecting and deleting text.
Correct.
And so we will be spending some time on that for sure.
Okay.
It's the whole reality of losing a mouse. When the mouse goes away on a mobile tablet, how do you manage the things you used to do with a mouse?
Right.
Selection, deletion, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, my friends, what else? Just to surprise you?
Norma wants to say something.
I'm sorry, Norma, go ahead.
I have still not paid that 99 cents a month to get extra space on the iCloud. Took one of those sticks to download my pictures off my phone. And when I get iCloud up, I still have 5 gigabytes. I still have like 1.8. I've only used about 1.8. So
okay, hold on a minute, Norma. Are you saying You have signed up for more?
No.
Ah, you want to know if you should?
Well, when I pull up settings and I get to iCloud, it looks like when I took the pictures off my phone into a stick, that it reduced from 5 GB to like 1.8.
Oh, okay, okay.
So,
So go ahead. What's your question?
so the problem is I tried to put the stick in my computer to put it in my desktop and it doesn't fit. So it's like I've lost 1,400 pictures. I don't know where to put the stick.
So what you got, Norma, and this is something we're going to talk about because they now have devices that will plug into the charging port on your iPad or iPhone and allow you to download your pictures from your device onto the jump drive, which is what Norma's talking about.
Right.
So the jump drive basically just has a connector on the end of it that fits right into your charging port. The problem is it connects right into your charging port, but that's it. It doesn't connect anywhere else, Norma.
No.
No, it doesn't. There are adapters, Norma, that you can get that will, in fact, there's a million different versions that allow you to go from the charging port on an iPhone to a jump drive. So what you end up doing is you get an adapter that goes on the end of your stick, your jump drive that you've got. And the adapter is a port that the connector sticks in, and then a USB port comes out on the other end, a USB connector on the other end. So what you need is an adapter.
So I need to go to an Apple store and get one.
I wouldn't go to the Apple store to get one, but right now I wouldn't go to the Apple store. So we can look on Amazon for you.
Really?
Yeah, online. Yeah. Yeah.
Fabulous.
Okay, I got it.
Thank you.
What else do you want to know? Bill, what else? What do you want to know?
It's
Well,
just-
when you own your page, the lifespan page, you know, you have at the top all those things that you've done. And you showed me one time how, you know, was I opened too many? And you showed me how to delete them, but I haven't done it enough to remember.
How to close the tabs. You have lots of tabs open in your browser.
I'll say yes.
And how to get rid of them. All right, good.
Correct.
And the other thing we'll talk about at the same time is how do you close programs that are open? I think you remember how to do that, right? That's the double click.
I don't think so.
All right, we'll do that too. What else?
Oh, well, I lose so many emails that I don't mean, not that I do it, they just disappear. And aren't they stored somewhere?
Your emails aren't disappearing. Are you a Gmailer? You are, aren't you?
Yeah.
No, you're
Oh.
a Bell South.
I am.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I'm talking to you, Bill. You're Bell South?
Yes, I am at Bell South.
All right. So that means you're Yahoo.
I think that's correct.
I hate Yahoo.
Don't
What
say
I
that.
think is, what, Tony?
Don't say that too loud.
I hate Yahoo. So what I think is happening, Bill, but we will take a look at it, is frequently what happens in your inbox, and this is true for those of you in other email programs, often you have a way to filter your inbox. So what happens is your inbox filter only shows you unread emails.
Oh,
It's not showing you emails you've already read.
okay.
So you think they're gone. They're just either with Yahoo, they're either further down in your list, which happens, or they're just on another page. And if we remove the filter, you'll see them all. So
Can't you put a search though with the name, you know who sent it to you, but you can't find it. But if you type the search, would it come up?
I believe it would, Mimi.
Mhm.
I think the issue with that is it's hard to pinpoint what you're looking for that way. Because if you do lifespan, you're going to get a whole lot of stuff come up. And so if you're trying to find the email somebody sent you yesterday, you know, that gets a little frustrating when you use the search function. But yes, it should work. It sounds to me like this is my third email question, which tells me I think emails are going to be one of our issues.
That's what I need.
That's what Bobby wants. What do you want, Bobby? What do you want it to do that it's not doing?
I am in kindergarten, so I don't even know how to search. So I was just thinking I'm going to get off the Zoom here and go back into my internet on my tablet.
You don't have to get off the Zoom.
No?
Your tablet's right there.
Right.
Just use it. You're not showing your screen. None of us can see.
Right.
The only reason it's good to have, it could be useful that it's signed into Zoom is if you get in trouble, you can show me and I can see it. That's all.
Oh, okay.
But I won't see anything you're doing on your tablet unless you show your screen.
Okay.
Okay. So what I'm hearing, hang on, Norma, 1 second. I just want to double check one thing. So Mary is Outlook. Bobby, what email are you?
This is Gmail.
Gmail. Mary, your Gmail, are you not now?
Yes, but not completely. I still have my AOL.
Well, get rid of it. It's awful and it's causing real problems. I have several folks I work with who are having real problems because they're still sticking on AOL. And yeah, it's
I
very,
didn't even know it's still there.
oh, it is still there very much. And it's
Yeah,
very
it's on there.
vulnerable at the moment, Mary. Its security is iffy right now.
Major issue.
We're going to talk a little bit about that, but I will tell you that if you can manage to send an email to your friends and say, just stop using this damn thing, it is worth doing.
Mhm.
Because, you know, my emails were telling everybody what my new Gmail.
AOL will not let you do that permanently.
But
they
nobody
will-
read it. Nobody did it.
That's it.
But
They
even so, AOL won't let you keep it up. After 30 days, it goes back.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Well, that's why I kept it on there. I don't use it that much, but people know that address. And
I have the
Understand?
same thing. I
Yeah,
have AOL Gmail.
All I'm telling the two of you is you make your decision.
there's a
I'm
lot of
just
junk
saying.
that comes.
It is not good as an email program and it's having some security issues right now. So I'm just giving you a heads up. Let me go back to Norma first, Tony. Go ahead, Norma.
Okay, when I moved from Sarasota, Florida about 11 years ago, I kept my old Comcast.net email because I was in touch with lots of people and I didn't want to lose touch. So all of a sudden last week, it just disappeared off my phone. It was gone. So my daughter figured out that she found it some which way, and she's having all the emails that come in on Comcast transferred to my second email, which is Gmail.
Correct. That's what typically is what we recommend you do. And in most instances, it's very doable. AOL does not allow it permanently. Their software intentionally reverts back to the AOL address. It won't redirect. The redirect to a new email, which is what you're describing,
Right.
it won't let you keep it.
So it might run out in a month. from
No, I
Comcast.
said
No.
AOL, Norma. I didn't say Comcast.
Okay, I guess my question was, does Comcast do the
No,
same
it
thing?
is not. No, what you're doing, which is a redirect, is very common. And
Okay.
that's what most people do when they change their email addresses.
Okay,
And it's a good thing. And most email programs they're not gonna stop you from doing that unless you're AOL.
gotcha. Thank you.
Okay, I got email in my list. What else?
Well, when somebody sends a document to me or a picture, it takes forever to download on an iPad. I keep on clicking, clicking, clicking. Is it supposed to take that long?
Let me ask this question. Again, Mary, you're talking about email?
Yes, yes. Compared to the computer when you get a download from them, it goes so fast.
How old is your iPad?
Pretty old.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay,
It's the guy.
get a new iPad. I don't, several years old, yeah.
Okay, Wendy, do you have Wendy, you got to turn the audio off on your iPad.
Okay.
I had to show this, didn't I? I'm so smart.
Yeah. You have to keep it simple.
I think it's good for you guys to learn more things. It's my thing.
Yes, good.
We
I'm
need-
with you.
Yeah, we need to grow some more little gray cells too. That helps.
Oh, God. Okay. Okay, did you see in the email that I sent you all? Hey, Wendy,
Trying to turn it off.
let me tell you how.
Okay.
Do you see the more and the three dots? It's usually in the top right corner of your iPad, I believe.
It is.
I don't
So-
see.
That's because on an iPad, you have to touch the screen to get the menu to show up, usually.
At the top.
And it's at the top right corner. There's a more, and at the bottom of that menu, there's something that says disconnect audio.
And it's in red on mine.
I have leave the meeting.
No, you're not in, then it's in a different location. Try when you touch your iPad in the middle of the screen, where does your menu show up?
I'm not seeing it. Oh, here's something. Can you see my screen? Down here, it says Wendy's iPad.
Now that's just your title. Touch in the middle of the screen, Wendy, and look in the top right corner right after you touch. This is one of the frustrations of Zoom.
It's not coming up for me.
Okay, hang on a minute. Ursula,
Yes.
where is your more button? When you touch your iPad, does it? the top
Okay,
right
it's on the top, like you said, on the top right corner, the last emblem on the right. where
Okay,
it says
Tony,
new-
or I'm
Same
sorry.
with me. Now, but when I press it, I do not see anything about turning my audio off anymore.
Because it's already off.
Off, I know, yeah. How do you get it back on though? That's what I'm
You
trying to
look
figure
at the
out.
thing that says join audio, the little headphones, but don't do it while you're
Yeah,
on.
right, okay.
Okay,
Thank you.
Bill, if you touch your iPad in the middle of the screen, because yours is an older. Wendy, how old is your iPad?
It's as old as I am.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yep.
that's when they were using hand signals.
So when you touch in the middle of your screen, Bill, do you see a more with 3 dots?
I do.
And
And
it's the top right corner?
Yes,
Did you get it, Wendy?
I got it, yeah.
Perfect. At the bottom of that list, there should be a disconnect audio. I promise.
Mine says mute. Is that the same thing?
No, dear, it's not. You're good, Wendy. You got it. Because
Oh,
there's
thank you
no,
for your
there's
patience.
no mute left on your iPad on the screen. Mary, my point is that muting does not solve this feedback problem.
I think
So-
because she's zooming and I'm not on, mine's just sitting here to
Then,
the side.
then you don't have to do anything.
Right.
It's fine. If all you want to do is have it next to you, then none of this matters.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay? Okay.
Yeah.
So in my email that I sent out, did you see my little thing about pay attention to your software update? Did you guys?
Yeah.
have it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I-
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Do you know
But
how to, do you know how to, where to find that?
Settings.
mhm. Notifications too.
Okay, so everybody's got theirs updated?
No,
No,
Yeah,
I
they
haven't
put
even
on
had it on.
I don't think Wendy and I can update ours because we're stuck.
I
way
can't
back
either.
when.
Okay, so let's hang on a second. There are 2 issues here. One is where you keep track of the updates on your software. And the second is the age of your iPad. Okay, and both of those will affect, let me say that again. You need to know where to go if you're to check your software. But if you have an older iPad, the latest update will not be something that you can do.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you consider an old iPad? When, I mean, people say it's old, but is it old after 5
you-
years?
No, if you're looking at an iPad that's 4 years old or older, you're not going to be able to update to the latest
Okay.
software.
Yeah, see, mine is probably 10 to 12 years old.
You're just not. I mean, the technology they have has gone so far past you, that now, Ursula, you will. So I'm going to show you where you find that.
Okay.
All right. So the idea is, and we're going to spend just a minute in settings. I know settings are boring and
No.
that, you would love to do something more fun and exciting than settings. But I want to spend just a little bit of time here because it matters. So settings on an iPad, everybody knows what the icon looks like, right?
Mhm.
Mhm.
I call it a fan. I don't know what you would refer to it as, but it looks like a damn fan to me.
Or a
exactly.
gear. A gear.
Yeah. So that's your settings. Okay. So you've got the regular stuff that you all know about at the top. You all know about connections. You've got, you want to be connected to Wi-Fi. You want to be connected to Bluetooth if you're going to use something like this pencil or a keyboard that uses Bluetooth. Ursula, you know about that because your
Yes.
keyboard connects to your iPad through Bluetooth, correct?
Right.
Any of you, even with an older iPad, as long as it has a Bluetooth connection, and you got to go back a long way, but if you go back too far, then it doesn't. As long as it has a Bluetooth connection, you can connect to a Bluetooth keyboard. It does not have to be an Apple keyboard for $79. It does not have to be a Magic Keyboard for hundreds of dollars. Just a keyboard, a Bluetooth keyboard can connect if you care. I'm just telling you. This is also where you connect to things like speakers. So we've talked a lot about speakers. So
Mhm.
I could play Pandora on my iPad and it would come through my speaker using Bluetooth. Right? Everybody get that? Mary gets it because she's got one now.
Mhm.
So this is my
Wow.
other one.
She's really getting modern, isn't she?
She is. Bill has one too, only he never
We're
uses it.
trying.
Okay, so I don't want to deal with this middle section right now. I want to go down to where it says general. Do you see where it says general?
Yes.
Okay, now
Yes.
here's a trick. If you're in a desktop where you have a large monitor, or you're in a come on, Peggy, a tablet that you have horizontal landscape. Okay, when you turn it landscape, like we were just looking at landscape, on the left side is going to be the list of settings. And each time you touch a setting, the setting itself will display on the right. Typically on a computer, that usually ends up being like a menu, and then it just shows up on the screen. I'm not Macified sufficiently, Wendy, to know how settings works on an MacBook or an iMac. Is the most recent MacBook as opposed to iMac? Doesn't matter.
Oh, you mean MacBook Pro? I have MacBook Pro. And
Okay,
then I have an old iPad. My MacBook Pro is about a year old.
okay, all right. And when you're screwing around with settings,
Yeah.
you go to
I'm in settings now.
okay. So you go to settings in a similar fashion, correct?
Yeah, it's the same.
That's what I was trying to find out. Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it.
Okay, you're welcome.
Peggy, I got a note a few times ago when I turned it on. It said your Siri, do you say Siri? Is
Siri,
you
right?
using an old update? Is that what you're talking about?
That is part of what I'm talking about.
How do you
So
pronounce? Is it Siri?
it's Siri.
Siri. Okay.
So what did they tell you to do, Ursula?
Well, I didn't even bother with it. I just was over it.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is, so you have your list on the left, and then when you touch it, it opens the window on your right. It does that on mine, even if I turn it portrait.
Mhm.
But on some, if it's smaller, you won't see the window on the right. So just FYI. So here, and if you're on an iPhone, you don't see that right window at all, right? All you see is what's on the left side, and you have to touch it, and then it will open what's on the right side. Is that making sense?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go back to general. This is where you're going to see the information about your iPad. You're going to see its name. You're going to see the generation. If it tells you, you're going to see the model number, blah, 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 right?
Wow.
Okay, so this is one of those places where you can look for those kinds of things. Okay?
How can you tell how old it is? Does it tell you there?
It does not.
Okay.
What I recommend to people is that you take its model name and use that to see, or model number, and Google it, and you'll usually find out the age of the device. There are some other ways that we'll talk about that
Well,
Apple has.
Peggy, mine, I don't know how old mine is because it's a refurbished one. But when I got that email, you were talking about the latest, or Jean was, about the connection was 14 something. So I looked in my settings, and the the thing they want to install for me was only a 12 something.
Okay, Mary, that's where I'm going now. So if you can just wait 1 second. Under general, I went to about because that's the first item in general. Now I want to talk about software updates.
Okay,
And this is where, like, if you had an update that was waiting to be installed, there would be a circle next to general. It would be red and there would be a 1 in it.
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody have one of those?
No, because they automatically download the new.
They do that.
yeah.
They tend to do that now, but there are some older iPads that still put that stupid little number there. But this is where when you touch software update, that is where you can find the name number of the operating system version that's installed on your device.
14.4.
Right, that's me.
That's big.
Oh, yeah, that's you.
Yeah, it's not you, Mimi.
But I have it too.
No, I was going to say, if your iPad is even within like 2-3 years, you're going to be able to update to 14.4. Bill, what does yours say?
I didn't realize I could do anything while I was zooming.
Right. I forgot. Okay. I'm sorry. I forgot you're zooming on the iPad. So
Hey,
I'm going to tell you this, but don't do it this time.
Okay,
You and I will practice it another time. But if you hit your home button, you know what that is, right?
you want me to do it?
No,
No,
I
I
want
don't.
you to hear it and then we'll practice it. This
All right.
is true for all of you if you're zooming on your tablet. So if you hit your home button, you will continue to hear us, but all of our pictures will go away and we won't see you. But where you will be is right on your home screen. So you can do anything we're talking about while we're talking about it. You just won't see it. You'll only hear me talking about it. When you're
and how do
done,
I get you back?
hold on. When you want to get us back, all you have to do is touch Zoom and all the pictures will come back.
Oh.
Okay. So
Okay.
just saying, that's there. You should see me trying to teach that to my Agape ladies. They've been trying to play bingo. And we've been using digital bingo. And so they have to go back and forth. So that's been an experience. Okay.
Peggy?
Yes,
Hey.
Wendy.
Okay, my old iPad has a line that says version and it says 9.3.5.
Correct.
And then it has parentheses 13G36. I think it can't be updated because
No, it can't. No, if you have nothing, Wendy, if there's nothing on there that says you need to update, you are as updated as you can get,
Okay,
which is really old.
I know.
That's like as old as you, for sure.
Right. I'm 10.33,
Doesn't
so I got,
it looks good like I do, right? Looks-
Yes, you look better, but it looks good.
Just
Tony, you're at 10 something?
10.33.
Right, that's pretty common.
At 12.51 and it says I'm up to date.
Correct. Bobby?
Mine said it was up to date. Yeah, I checked it last night when I got the email.
But Bobby, you're up to 14.4?
I'm off that screen now, but it said it does it automatically.
Yes, Bobby, I know. I'm trying to figure out how far you are able to update, which will give me a hint as to how old the iPad is. That's all.
Yeah, okay. Well, the kids just gave it to me this
Then
summer.
you're good. Then you should be great.
Yeah.
I just can't keep track of where y'all, how long y'all have had these.
Yeah.
Bill, what's your version?
Who?
When you get off Zoom, check the version of your software, like right where we are, okay?
Okay,
Okay.
Okay,
Just-
where I push on control center and then what was the next one?
So you hit the home button, Ursula, and now you're at your home screen, right?
I'm already now on the control center and all that.
Got it. Okay. Where we are, Ursula, is general.
I get off and do
No,
not.
no. Look up. It's right above control center.
Okay.
So you just,
Yeah, got it. Push that.
yep, touch general.
Okay,
And then you're going to touch software update.
okay.
And it probably says 14.4, right?
Correct,
Yeah.
correct.
Perfect. So
Yeah.
now what you can do is you can hit your home button again, because that'll take you out of settings,
Okay,
and touch the Zoom icon. And there you are.
Yeah, mine is 14.4. Just check.
Yep. So moving between the camera of Zoom, if you hit your home screen, your iPad assumes you want to go back. If you hit your home button, I'm sorry, your iPad assumes you want to go back to your home screen. As soon as you do that, it turns off your camera. So we don't see you, we just see your name. And you're looking at your home screen. So you, in essence, can go and try anything we're talking about. Okay. And then when you're done trying it, you can hit your home button again, go back to your home screen and touch the Zoom icon.
Okay,
And you'll come right back to us.
I'm gonna try it.
Okay, you go. And there you are. We can't see your camera, but you can still hear me, right?
Well,
Bill?
now I hit can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. And you hear me, right?
Okay, but when I did that, everything is it's as if I want to take one away.
No, it's
Yeah.
just hit your home button again. You just held it a little bit.
Oh, okay, now I'm gonna hit the settings thing.
All right, perfect.
Okay, I don't have anything. Okay, here we go. Software update, I'm gonna hit that.
Perfect.
And it says it's automatic updates. iPad automatically installs updates.
And
then
what
it says
number do you?
iOS. It says iOS 12.5.1.
Okay, perfect. That tells me everything I need to know.
Mhm.
It's older than we thought.
No,
Yes, it is, but time
Oh.
flies, Bill, when you're having fun.
Okay,
So
now I'm gonna hit my home thing.
hit your home button. Now you're back to your home screen. Now touch the
Hit Zoom.
Zoom icon.
Hey,
And there you are. Woo woo!
Okay.
Pretty cool, huh?
you know,
Really
I
cool.
thought I lost Zoom when I went into general, to look at all that stuff. So now
Yes, Tony.
yeah,
Yes, that's what we're practicing. Yes.
right, that's great.
Yeah. Hold on, Bill, were you going to say something?
That I need a drink.
Yeah.
It's a little early.
Say
Don't
the
tempt
Serenity
me.
prayer, Bill.
Don't
You
tempt me. I've had a day. Don't tempt me.
You've driven him to drink.
So,
Question,
so I need to make a note of the 12.5.
No, it's fine, honey. I got it. I know what it is. It's fine. You are good. Go ahead, Wendy.
okay, if I can't update this dinosaur here, then what, do I just use it as long as it'll work and then it expires and it's no good anymore, or?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
The
Or is
only
it-
thing, yes, you have, once an iPad goes past its internal guts, there's nothing you can do about it. You can't upgrade it. You can't change it. You can't. It is what it is, what it is. When it comes out of the
Play the
store.
games? Can't you
What?
play the games?
She can play games. She can play solitaire. She can play puzzles. She can do a million different things with her iPad. But there are a bunch of other things iPads now are doing that will not be available to her.
I'm not getting my email on it anymore, but I can read my Kindle on it.
There you go. That's a perfect reason to hang
Yeah,
on.
but doesn't it get very, very slow? Because the last time I traded in, it was so slow, I was gonna throw it up. It was terrible.
One of the things that
Battery was going bad.
One of the things that happens is that the refresh, it's just like on a computer. You know how an older computer, the refresh goes away? You know, it doesn't refresh as quickly as it did when it was new. The same thing is true for a tablet. You know, the refresh slows down. You can't get it to do what you want. It ends up not holding a charge. So you're constantly having to plug it in. You have to get a long plug in because you feel like every time you use it, you've got to plug it in. Those are the things that start to happen with an older piece of equipment. That's just the nuisance side of it. The technology side of it is there's a bunch of stuff that is new out there that people talk about doing that it won't do.
And there's nothing you can do, just buy a new one.
Correct. Correct.
And that's where they get you.
Well, Apple, it's interesting because Apple is the one manufacturer that does the least for hardware updating.
Really?
They really, of an existing piece of equipment. I'm not talking their PCs now. I'm not talking MacBooks or iMacs. I'm talking mobile devices. They don't tend to do a lot of updating. And I get where they're coming from because the ones that do a lot of updating tend to have nothing but problems. So I think they decided early on in the game that, you know, you get the hardware of the moment, and when you want other hardware, you got to get the hardware of that moment. Okay. So everybody gets the software piece, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to run through a couple teeny tiny of these general settings. AirDrop is not going to be available for anybody whose software is older than 10.
And using it. I love it.
AirDrop is one of the funnest things that Apple came up with. Everybody has copied it. It's like Samsung now has a near to me kind of thing that's very similar. Do you know what AirDrop is, y'all?
No,
We
Yeah.
practiced it. You take a picture next to someone you're sitting next to, right?
Well,
if
yeah.
you're, if I go visit somebody and ask them what their password is so I can get on internet, if I get close to their device, boom, it just goes right on to mine with no effort whatsoever.
Okay, so here's the thing you need to understand about AirDrop. AirDrop is a way that Apple found to be able to share particularly photos. But what Apple's also doing now is giving you more and more ways to automatically connect things. So Mary's correct. When someone comes to visit me, if they turn on their iPad, it finds it. And if my iPad is close to their iPad and I give it permission, then all of my connections will be shared with the iPad that's connected. But what I want you to understand about this, one second, Tony. What
Yeah.
I want you to understand about this is this is a Bluetooth connection. All right, just like your speaker. And Bluetooth only works when you're in physical proximity. All right, so if we could not demonstrate, in fact, this class, we will not be demonstrating AirDrop because we ain't together.
No, oh, you have to be close.
We be in different locations. So our ability to use this is zero. when we're in a physical classroom, if I take a picture of Ursula who's sitting at the table and Ursula turns on her AirDrop and I turn on my AirDrop, then I can share my photo because it will see her. I can touch her picture or her icon, and then I can send her the picture and she'll get a message that says someone is trying to AirDrop you a photo. Do you want it? And if she says yes, then that photo is now in her photos. So it is a way to share, particularly photos is what people tend to use it for the most, by using a Bluetooth connection. Yes, Tony,
Yeah, I don't have the AirDrop. How do I get it?
you don't.
Okay.
What I said early on is
Too late.
if your version of iOS can't update to, I'm trying to remember if it was 12 or 13,
Oh, okay, yeah.
then you're not, aren't you back at 10?
I'm back at 10, right.
Right.
Okay.
And I think what I said is if you're 10 or earlier, forget it.
Oh, maybe, see, I
I
heard
have a
this
10
and I
and
thought-
AirDrop is here.
Yeah.
I have a
that-
10. I have a 10 on my iPad and that's the highest it goes for updating. And it has AirDrop and it has AirPlay and handoff and it has picture in picture.
So have you airdropped, Kathy?
When we were in class.
Okay.
But what
you
is
know,
the point? You can send a photo on the messenger. I
It's
mean,
a
I-
whole lot easier, Mimi. It's a
Oh.
whole lot easier. We have done it several times for events, and it's just really convenient.
but you have to be next to them.
You don't
mean-
have to be sitting next to them.
No, but you have to be,
in the
You
same
have-
room.
You're not, if you're sharing an event together, like
Mhm.
my wedding, everybody was at my wedding. There were 8 of us and everyone was taking pictures. What I wanted was everyone's pictures.
Perfect.
I didn't want to sit around and have them email me individual photos. So what we all did was we just all turned on our AirDrop. We said everybody showed up for everybody else, and we just sent each other all our pictures. It took 5 minutes. And so I had all the pictures that everyone took at the whole event. So the
Wonderful.
fact that we were close enough to do that, because we were all there at the event together, I mean, in the same room, you don't have to be like shoulder to shoulder or anything, was a heck of a lot easier than having to screw around with waiting for people to send me emails with attachments.
But you don't use it very often.
well, now nobody gets together.
I was going to say, I
Peggy,
don't,
sometimes I feel there are a lot of things I don't need and I will never use. And I lived happily for after.
Now,
And-
Ursula, when you get married, you're gonna want all those pictures.
Heavens forbid, if I get married, better check my mental situation.
so what I want to be clear about is that you never need anything that's on any of these devices until suddenly one day you want it.
Mhm.
So I have heard that whole exchange so many times over the course of 15 years of teaching technology. And my answer to you is bull ticky, because suddenly when you want it, you want it.
And then you
So-
can't find it though.
You can, but not if you don't stop closing your mind because you think you'll never need it. And as soon as you start saying, oh, no, I don't need that. I'll never use that. That's not anything I care about. As soon as you go down that road, then you don't remember. You automatically don't remember because you just told yourself you didn't have to. So part of what I'm trying to get you to do is to be open to the possibility of what's on your device, because you never know. One day you may go, whoa, we're all here out in the woods together. This is really cool. I would love to see the picture he just took of the tree. This would be a really cool time to use AirDrop. You just don't know.
Hey,
Okay.
guys, I'm gonna leave and I'll see you all tomorrow morning.
All right. Bye.
Hey,
So
bye.
here-
Right.
Well, it's funny, Peggy. There are things I've heard about, and discounted, figured I don't need that until I see it in action. When I see somebody using something, I realize, oh, I can do that. I need that too.
That is often the reason. I get you. I hear you. I want to show you one other thing in your general settings, because you're all talking about space and room and stuff you want to keep and save. And iPad storage is a place that shows you what you have on your iPad and shows you how much space each of those things is taking up.
Okay.
Okay? It's a good place to say, oh, wow, now this is my new Gigundo iPad Pro, so I don't have those issues. But trust me, on my other iPad, I was bumping up against the storage capacity.
Oh.
One of the things that happens with technology is the latest model has more room. It's just a given.
So where do we
How
find
much
it?
is that Pro? You said it was expensive. How much is it?
It depends, Mimi, on how much storage you get,
Mm-hmm.
but they tend to run between 1,000 and 1,300.
Okay.
So if you're in general, Mary, which is where we were just looking at this, so we're in the general settings, or whoever asked me where it is, and you
Yeah.
go down to iPad storage right there. Do you see it?
Oh,
Yeah.
I see it. Got it. Okay.
And when you go there, it shows you all the things that are on your device and how much space it takes.
Uh-oh.
And that's where you can delete some of it, maybe.
You can. You can.
Well, I have 14 gigabytes of 16 used. 14 of 16. So I'm sort of the end of the line on my gigabytes.
So here are your choices. If you touch something that looks like it's taking up a bunch of space, like Dropbox, when I touch that, it gives me choices, right? It says I can offload the app or I can delete the app. And offloading, it's going to hang on to the stuff in the cloud, but it's going to not hang on to it on the iPad.
Okay.
Whereas delete, it's all going to go. Okay. So that takes us back to Norma's question about, do you want more iCloud or not, right?
Right.
Okay. Storage, they've moved this on me.
Mine says I have an iMovie that's taking up a whole lot of space. If I
Maybe that's when we were making those videos.
well, if I delete that, then
Right.
they're totally gone. But I can still see movies, right? This doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, no, what happened is that you were making a movie using your tablet. And when you do that, it saves it in your gallery.
Mhm.
Or it saves it in iMovie if you used iMovie.
It says
And
I-
so you can delete it.
Mhm.
It just means you're deleting whatever that movie is that you made.
But otherwise, if I just hit offload, it's still there someplace.
Yes, it's in the cloud.
So how do you get
Oh.
it back if you want to bring it back full term?
Well, this is great. I see a list of all what apps are using how much.
Right.
Yes, you do. When you go to storage, you see a list of all the apps, right?
And so, for instance, his Yelp, which was last used in 2018. So I guess I can delete that one.
Seems like it.
If I need it, I'll put it back on there.
Okay. So the other thing I'm going to talk about, and then this is it for storage, and then I'm going to do a couple of things that are more fun. If you go to settings, okay, and we've been down here in general, right?
Mhm.
I want you to go up where your name is. Do you see your name at the top?
Yeah,
Uh,
I
Okay.
see your name.
Right. And then on your iPad, you see your own name when you go
Right.
to settings. So this is the place where everything related to your Apple account is located. All right. So if I
Mhm.
touch my name,
I don't see that. Where start over. I don't see my name anywhere.
The very top.
Mary,
Under what?
okay,
Under
hold on. Wait. In settings,
Uh-huh.
on the left-hand side, you have to be at the very top of settings.
Oh, now I got it. I had to scroll it down.
Yep.
Got it.
Yep.
mhm.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yep.
Yes,
All right. This is important because this is where all the shtick is about your tablet.
Okay.
This is your relationship with Apple. So you can see that you've got my name, correct? And then
Yeah.
right underneath it, that's the email address that's my Apple ID.
Mhm.
Okay, it's back when I first started my business, when I was doing social media marketing for nonprofits. And the name of it was tellthestorynow.com. So my email address was peggy@tellthestorynow.com. Can you see that under my name there?
Well, on mine, I still have my AOL address. I see.
Yes.
Right. So basically, you can change that. If I hit name, phone numbers, email, we'll see if this works. It opens them up.
Uh-huh.
So you can add another email, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I
But
don't know.
I don't think, let's see, edit. Let's see what it does.
Yes, you can add another one, or you can take this one away.
Right. So I could take my Apple ID, but it's going to have to replace it with something. Okay. And do you see that Apple has given me 2 additional email addresses? Do you see those? One is called tellthestorynow@icloud.com.
Yeah.
And the other is called tellthestorynow@me.com. Those are both Apple email addresses. And if you touch where it says information there, it says you can't take them away. Those are default email addresses that Apple makes when you set up an Apple account on a device. Okay, I don't think it does it on a computer. So there's my email addresses. Here's my phone number. There's my birthday, etc., etc. All right. I want to go back a minute. It also lets me set my password and security. It's where my Apple Pay is located. I bought some app or another, which is why my balance is $4.99. Any subscriptions I have for things that I have on my Apple device show up here. My Apple TV. And then ta-da, Norma, here's iCloud.
Uh-huh.
And it's here because we all get 5 free.
Right.
And then if that ain't enough, you can do managed storage and you can buy more. And I think it's 99 cents a month for a whole gob, but I don't remember how much.
I think that's right.
But if you look here, you can see I don't need my calendar saved in the cloud. I don't need my reminders saved in the cloud. So I turn them off. I don't need messages saved in the cloud. What the hell? I don't need everything I've ever done on Safari saved in the cloud. So the only thing I save is my mail, my contacts, my photos. And if you look, my photos have another option that I can use. So I've optimized my iPad storage. So if it gets low on space, it's going to save them in a lower resolution. It's going to smush them. Is this making sense? So you have some control, Norma, over what gets saved in the cloud.
Okay, I gotta go back to that. And
well, when you are looking after class, because we're recording, thanks to Bobby, you can always use the video and go back and take a look. But I turn a lot of things off because I don't need it in the cloud.
that's what I want to see, what you keep and what you don't keep.
Well, I keep mail and contacts. I keep games because if I have a record running in a game, I don't want to lose it. I keep shortcuts. I don't know why. Excel, paper, Word. That's what I keep.
I think I have a lot more.
But look, I have a lot of backups, so I have to figure out what that's about. Oh, no, I don't. The backups for me is my mail. And I'm going to have to decide at some point that I don't need to keep my mail because I have many email addresses, and I don't need to keep a backup of all my email on every one of my devices. So at some point,
So if you lose a letter, an email, you can go to the iCloud and look for it?
Yes. If something happens to your email, you can go to the backup in the cloud. We are going to spend some time talking about how this backup syncs, because those of you who are not using Apple computers, this syncing is a little different than it is when you are all Appleized. When everything is Apple, it syncs in the cloud automatically. When you're not all Apple, you have to do a little more work at getting yourself synchronized. And we're going to talk about syncing. Okay? Okay, I'm finding this boring. I don't know if you are, so I'm going to stop talking about settings.
Okay.
And I want to know what apps, this is a quick question. What apps do you all use most? And by apps, I mean all these little icons all over your particular device.
Safari is the one I use the most, and Facebook and mail.
And cameras.
And
Oh,
photos, I use photos.
Yeah,
And
cameras.
photos.
Okay, so by photos, you mean you use the gallery.
I look up the photos I've taken.
Right. Sorry, I say gallery, they say photos. So one of the things we're going to spend some time on is we're going to talk about, do you all feel like you've got all your photos on your particular device organized the way you want them?
No,
No,
because I
no.
have 5,000 of them. I don't know how to organize that many.
I used to have them organized and then I updated and now they're just random and I can't find anything easily anymore.
Yeah.
The iPad started organizing some of mine, but I need to go back and delete a lot of them because the camera
Yeah.
takes multiple pictures. You know, that's-
So
I
Mary,
put some in the folders, but that helps.
your iPad will automatically organize photos by date as the default. You have to set up albums in order to have a way of moving photos around. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to practice that. All right. Because you can see here, I have them by year, by month, by day, and all of them. I don't have.
Peggy, is there a way you can move, I can transfer photos or from the Samsung tablet or phone onto the iPad?
Yes.
In the future, I would be interested if you tackle it.
My phone and iPad are hooked up there. They sync.
Right,
I don't
because they're
do
both
it.
Apple.
Yeah.
Ursula, on your Samsung, are your photos saved somewhere besides the tablet?
No,
I have Google Photos
You
and
don't,
the
you
iCloud.
didn't do Dropbox, Ursula?
yeah, I think years ago you taught me, but Peggy, there again, I mean,
Yeah, I
I
know.
don't take that many photos, you know, I don't go anywhere anymore, so it's not that important.
No, Ursula, it's fine. It's easy. I'm just asking questions so that I can help you know how to do it. And none of us needs to use the pandemic as the yardstick for how we're going to use these things.
You know,
Because
when you asked that on my old Samsung iPad that you showed me years ago, and I think I put a little card in the side, and I think it's in that.
I think you have, yes, I was going to say, I think you have two things. Unlike Apple, other mobile tablets have SD cards, which are like
Yes,
the micro SD cards, similar to what you put in a phone,
correct.
but they're like the ones, they're just a smaller version of the cards you used to put in a camera. Do you remember you used to have cameras and they had those little cards in them?
Yeah.
That's what this is. And so Ursula, all of your photos are on your card and we can get them moved.
Okay, thanks, Peggy.
All right, photos and then syncing.
You know, the Google Photos, it syncs with my computer. So I get those on the computer, even though it isn't Apple.
Yeah, Google Photos is a function of your Google account.
Mhm.
So if you're a Gmailer, that's
Yeah.
your Google account. So
Right.
it automatically syncs. All right. So one of the things we're going to do is we're going to talk about apps. So you use email, you use photos. What else did you say to me?
Oh, Safari I use all the time.
Yeah, browser. So Mimi
Yeah, I
uses
use Safari.
Safari. I'm sorry?
I use Chrome.
Right, I do too. So Bill, don't you have a puzzle program?
That color, what is it?
Okay.
Can I punch my thing and go back to
Yeah,
my,
you can do it anytime you want.
okay,
It wasn't
All
good
right,
just
the
for
man
one
with the-
time.
oh. Okay, I use the Sudoku. I use the man with the mustache.
Man with the music?
No, wait a minute.
Pandora.
Wait a minute, it's coming up, I think. I guess not. No, it's the color pictures.
Yes, that's the one I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Right.
Salvador Dali.
Yes, yes. Yes, it's like it's a color program. Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, that basically is it. Emails and Dali and the Sudoku.
Okay. All right, so come back to us because I'm going to show you something. This is going to be the last thing we do because we're at the end.
Yes.
But I want to show
I'm
you.
back.
I want to show you something fun.
Okay.
This is called Paprika. I think it costs like $11.99. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look it up. It's not free. So just know, okay? These are all recipes. Okay? Everybody gets it?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to go now to, no, to my mail. Come on, y'all. And I'm going to find, okay, here is a recipe for easy buffalo chicken enchiladas,
Ooh,
which sounds gross to me, but let's say I really liked it.
I like it. It sounds good.
Okay, so I'm going to go see the recipe. Okay. So here's my recipe. It's really cool. This is a thing called myrecipes.com. I got hooked into this, so now I get all these recipes. So here's the whole recipe, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. At the top in my, and I did this in Chrome. So do you see the piece of paper with the arrow coming out of it? The regular share button, right? Up at the top?
When you
Yeah.
move things.
Yes.
Yeah, all the way at the top.
Yeah.
When
Mine is
touch,
green.
when we'll see if this is going to work, because it works in my phone, but it might not work here. Okay, hold it more. Come on. I haven't worked with my iPad doing this yet, but what's supposed to happen? I hate that. Hold on, give me a minute. I have done this on my other. Interesting. I know, I was going to show you something really cool and now I've screwed it up.
Are you gonna put it up on your iPad so you could make it?
So what's supposed to happen is there's a share button, and the share button includes paprika as one of the choices. So when I shared a paprika, let's see if I can add it. It's not letting me. I'm going to have to investigate this one. But when I shared a paprika, what happens is paprika downloads that recipe. Let's see if I can do it here. Let's go to the browser. I promise I won't do it very long. So let's say that I really like this marinated London broil. I don't know, I'm making it up. So here is this recipe that I found online because I went to the recipe, right? So here it is. And now in paprika, I can go right down here in the bottom right corner. Do you see where it says download?
Mm-hmm.
So if I touch that, it downloads that recipe. And now here, you see it? It's over here in paprika. See it on the right-hand side? It gives me the picture. It gives me all the directions. It gives me an instruction. And if I hit save, not now, and I go back to recipes, what was it called? Something London broil. Marinated London broil, because they're in alphabetical order. Marinated London broil.
All your favorites.
So here's why this matters. You're on the web, you're searching in Safari or in Chrome or whatever the hell. You go, oh my God, I love that recipe. The beauty of this is that it's here. I didn't have to type it. I didn't have to copy it. I didn't have to figure out a way to print it. I didn't have to do anything. And I can make a grocery list for everything that I need in order to do it. It's cool.
So
That is
where,
cool.
go back and tell me where you had each thing, because
What do you
where
mean,
was it?
Mary?
That was an app that you have on.
What
You
I'm
have-
saying is I was trying to show you at the end of the class a fun app that I thought you might be interested in learning more about. That's all I've done. And it's called Paprika. And if you go to
Mhm.
the App Store, so you just go to the App Store. I was trying to do something fun instead of,
Yeah, and so that opens up and you can use it, cook it, make it.
so what happens for me is I usually more and more, I put recipes on an iPad on the counter in the kitchen.
Hmm.
And that's what we cook from. And so for me, having it there is real helpful, but more importantly, I see lots of recipes online and
Mhm.
being able to quickly get them into a recipe book is a huge plus. But that's me. I like to cook and I like to collect recipes.
Yeah, that's neat.
Me
So this-
too. I get them from Google.
Yeah, me too, Norma. I get a lot of my recipes from Google. The issue is
Mhm.
how do I get them from Google to someplace I can find them? That's my
Oh.
issue. So here in Paprika,
Mhm.
these just happen to be in alphabetical order, but I can organize them any way I want.
Great, super.
Obviously, you guys don't think this is as cool as I think it is, but it was me just trying to show you one tiny little fun thing.
I think you like to cook more than I do.
One tiny little fun app rather than something work related. So, something more settings and.
Did you show that to us long time ago when we all meet in person?
I may have, yeah, because it works. on
Because
any
it looked
operating-
familiar.
You can put it on an Android, Apple, Windows,
Yes.
whatever you want.
It looked familiar when you showed it.
I think it's great because now if I find a recipe, I have to email it to myself. And then, I print it out and put it in, regular paper file.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I missed a step because I didn't have myself totally prepared today, but you usually just go to share and Paprika's just in the list. So it really makes a big difference.
Oh,
Ooh.
Peggy, I thank you very much. I learned a lot.
I did too.
And
And
I
I've
have
got-
and I have the list, but what
Okay.
I need you to do, what I need all of you to do is to just think through. I have lots of things I want to show you, but you all too need to think through what is it you love to do or would love to do with that bloody tablet.
Peggy, I think, and I can only speak for myself, I don't really know what I want to learn. I appreciate it if you pick something where you think stupid people like me are interested in learning, or that it's even available or even there.
I know, and I'm going
So-
to, one of the things I am going to talk about are these pencils. As silly as it may seem, they are really a cool deal.
But you need the right iPad in order to use that pencil.
Ursula, you have the right iPad.
Oh,
Do I?
Goodbye, Bill. Did you
No.
hang in?
No,
I want to know how to, I have thousands of pictures because I use them in my art.
Right.
I want to be able to, alphabetical doesn't work. I mean, I have them in albums,
How
but
do,
I have my favorite painters that are historical, so to speak, and today. And I mean, it was all organized and now it's all unorganized. So I need to figure out.
organizing photos. I got it.
Okay.
Yeah, same here.
Right, right.
All right, hold on, Bill, go ahead.
do I have the iPad that would accommodate that pencil?
I don't know the answer to that, but I will find out. You are at, what did you tell me, 12?
12.5. 12 and a half.
I
12.
think so, but I will look it up.
Okay, well, in other words, when I hear about it, if it sounds all that great, I would like to, okay, all
I
right.
understand.
You
and
ne- See you next.
Okay. Super.
I plan to do a number of pencil demonstrations about what you can use it for and how it might be useful to you.
Oh,
So,
good.
Thank you, Peggy.
Peggy, this
Take
is
care.
great. Thank you.
Thank
you're
you.
welcome. You're
Thank you. This
welcome.
is great. Look forward to the
Awesome.
next one.
We're just getting started, and then in the spring we'll keep on. So there you go.
Good. I got
Thanks,
lots to
Peggy.
learn.
I'm sorry, did somebody say something?
I have lots to learn.
Ah, that's fine. That's the whole point. So we'll keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on. Thank you, Miss Peggy.
You're welcome, Norma.
Yes, thank you.
Good to see everybody.
All right, we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Stay safe.
Yeah. Mimi? She left me. Okay. All right. Bye, guys.